Want to do your plugs at the top?
Yeah, I would like to do my plugs at the top.
Let's go ahead and start there.
Yeah.
Jen, where can people find you, follow you, experience your artwork?
I am the Swedish Geek Ball in all the places. Yeah, it's, you know, all the places. The Swedish Geek Ball or Swedish Geek Ball.
It's T Geek Ball on Twitter, right?
T Geek Ball on Twitter, although I don't know whether I'm staying on Twitter.
You and a lot of other people.
Really depends on a lot of things. And right now, I don't see a reason to stay. But I also am aware that as I start ramping up the art and all of the stuff I'm trying to do again, that I may actually have to swallow that a bit to extend my reach. So that's a maybe.
They've tried to kill Tumblr 5 different times. It's still there.
I know. I definitely will move into Tumblr.
But no one kills a company like Elon Musk. So I guess Donald Trump. But Jen, before you go, not to get all political on everybody. Jen, before you go, let's go ahead and have you tell us what you had fun with and what is a player character that you think deserves inspiration for their performance tonight.
Oh my God, this was a lot of fun. I really wish I had done a few more evil things, like actually shoot Anton. But
you thought really hard about it, and I think the viewers appreciated that.
I think really hard about it, and I only did so out of practicality, and like that's the only thing is I feel like Charles is a practical person, but like. Oh man, still I'm kind of really mad that I didn't get anything out of that goddamn unicorn. Again,
because you were frozen in place. Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, it was so much fun. I loved all three of you getting to play different characters. I really do have to say,
this was having HP is like.
I have to give it to I really have to give it to Gail's Anton for fucking getting on the unicorn. I mean, that does not surprise me.
I have been a dungeon master for over 20 years. I have played in many games with many people. There has never been a single campaign I've ever run for more than a few sessions where someone didn't try to ride the mystical animal that they were either fighting or attempting to rescue or simply existing in the same vicinity of. Thank you for continuing with that tradition.
Unfortunately, Anton keeps winning.
That's true. Like he could not lose. Everything was coming up Anton. And Jen, if you need to go, you can go, or if you need to stay, you can stay.
I'm going to go medicate a bunch of rats because
great to see you, my friend.
I have freaking allergy shots in the morning, and unlike the rest of you people, it is 12:30 at night where I'm at.
Yeah, you and your East Coastness.
Yeah, my East Coastness.
All right, have a good night.
And I'm also really hot in this wig. Like, y'all, this thing is so hot.
You all showed up with the costumes, by the way.
You're saying and you're hot. I'm in a turtleneck under chainmail.
Chainmail. Yeah. No, it's just my head is sweating.
Chat, if you want to ask us any questions or make any comments, now is the time. We would love to say hi. Jen, have a great night.
You have a great night too. See you in 2 weeks.
So if you have any questions or comments for us, put them in the chat right now. We will respond to them. That was fun.
Pumpkin spice, really?
That's true. And no, I made that up on the spot because of Kistrel's comment. Kistrel said make it into pie. I was gonna have it like stripped into jerky or like something like that, but Kistrel said pie, and I was like, of course it's pie. Of course it's pie. But I'm imagining those little pre-packaged pies rather than something fresh and good. This is something that has been magically synthesized, right? There is no dough going into this machine. So like it's making pies out of magic and magical pumpkins.
I mean, you can dry It's not great, but certain plants you can dry the stems of it and make a flower out of it. Like you can technically make flour out of like sunflower stems. So I wouldn't be surprised if you could do that with pumpkin stems. It wouldn't be good, but like magically altering it, all the ingredients are there.
And I gotta say, by the way, that this is not a good precedent for me, because I spent the last 2.
Huh? You're
yeah, I know. Giving me a hard time. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. That was really annoying. And I see that chat can hear me as well. My microphone's been giving me trouble. It's almost time for an upgrade. Blue Yeti mic, I've loved you. You're doing great. It's about time for me to upgrade. But I came into this having not prepared a damn thing. Until today. During class when I wasn't teaching today and when I came home afterwards, I really fast put together that whole encounter, including a homebrew creature, which I'm still not great at programming into Fantasy Grounds, but those 2 encounters were like off the top of my head. The unicorn was literally off of the random encounter table. I rolled on the random encounter table. It said 1d3 unicorns, and I thought, wouldn't it be good if the unicorn was being attacked by orcs? And I did not expect that unicorn to get out of that alive. I really thought that one of you would either try to eat, sell, or otherwise utilize the parts of this unicorn rather than just using it for status, which is exactly what Anton would do.
Yeah. He's wearing a unicorn on his chest, man.
I'm just saying, putting a unicorn in danger in front of a party is a much different proposition when that party is made up of chaotic and evil characters.
Yes. Yeah, it was, oh man, I have to say, congratulations, Rob. It was a one-shot.
It was a one-shot.
You did it.
No, so the thing is, though, the part that I am an expert at this point is timing you all out. I knew that this would be a thing because we got into combat the first time, and I was like, I want to end this at 8, right? So, like, I'm looking at it and going, okay, have I stalled their role play long enough so that this is the right time to start combat? And it was. We ended right at 8. I gotta accept that. Congratulations wholeheartedly. It doesn't look like we have any questions in chat. I have a question, and that is, how do you all feel about the potential eventuality of your characters meeting these characters on the field of combat?
I don't think...
At present, I would be confident of victory, largely because they don't work together.
Yeah, it would, unfortunately, I don't think they'd have a reason to fight. I don't think, unless the evil party starts shit, the main PCs wouldn't initiate. There's way bigger fish to fry right now. Like, and I don't think it's because Anton is quote unquote the leader, it's not in his best interest to be caught like bloodily murdering his brother who everyone knows is his father's favorite. Like,
for now, that was a pretty goddamn successful mission.
I was gonna say, I think Anton is going to rest on these laurels a little bit, and he has a lot to brag about now that he was sent here to help this cause, and he definitively has at this point, and maybe even found a bargaining chip or a brag to claim higher accolades in the Cheval estate.
And then Calder comes back and says that he secured the Forge of Fury.
And can hold up his hand to show that he has gained the blessing of a dragon.
It's right, gonna be fun.
Doesn't know that yet.
That's exactly right. No, it's perfect. I love it. It's so good,
right?
Because it is a key victory, and it is an important victory. And he's going to find that he has, despite earning a very, very solid victory, Calder's going to come back and be like, "Yeah, but I did it better." Protagonists.
But I think yeah.
Until they have a mutually exclusive goal from one another, like they have a truly conflicting end goal that is important enough to force conflict, at present they wouldn't fight each other.
I agree.
Yeah. And it is they are playing that game of trying to earn favor, trying to earn status, while also not outwardly losing favor or losing face by just having it reduced to a fist fight. They can't make overt
uncouth
actions against each other.
Yeah.
They have to just one up each other. And man, I gotta say, it was fun playing Anton and getting to be an asshole, getting to damage my party members and not give a shit about friendly fire.
What was fun? Playing a horrific monster that doesn't care about friendly fire.
Yeah.
Because Chomper's a beast. Holy shit.
Damn, man. He's got 110 HP. What the fuck?
110 HP at 8th level.
Yep. Pretty badass. And an AC of higher than 19.
I know exactly what feat I would give him at level 12. It's I'd give him Touched by Fae, and for his enchantment spell, he Compel Duel.
Nice.
No, you're fighting me.
You're fighting me, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I did notice, again, you did a wonderful job building these characters and setting up all of this that, I forgot to check at the beginning. Anton's, all of his saves and his AC should have been one higher because he has the Cloak of Protection. So it wouldn't have mattered in the long run.
It wouldn't have changed much, but yeah, always good to
if we do bring him back, that's why things are slightly higher, because he does actually have that item.
The absurdity when I realized that all of Chomper's stupid bullshit is compatible with a shield.
Yep.
Except for the barbarians. If you were wielding a shield, you shouldn't have had the barbarian speed or the barbarian innate armor.
The innate armor doesn't. It says in the innate armor. It says that it can benefit from shields.
Okay, shield's not armor, but I think the speed is you can't be wielding shields.
Yeah, but I didn't. True, but I didn't charge at any point.
Yeah,
so.
at no point did you come close to exceeding your speed. So yeah, it would not have been an issue one way or the other. Very, very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, he's absurd. He's just a. Is this what it is like playing a tank?
What did you all think of the pumpkin patch monster?
Oh, that was.
It was just enough bullshit.
I love HP sponge bosses. They're fun. They are that was just pour all of your damage in. Show me what you got.
Yeah, well, and given that it was only a 2 encounter session, right? I wanted to come up with 2 encounters that together would make you burn as much of your resources as possible. Right? I did not want this to be one of the usual, let's hold off stuff, maybe burn a little bit of stuff. I wanted you to know that this was an all-in fight. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Which is going to be really funny because it actually, it speaks to their mentalities. It speaks to their tactics.
Yeah.
The evil party go, haul asses whatever fight they're in.
Yeah. I appreciate you letting me knock it prone.
Yes,
that was a nice moment.
The difficult terrain wasn't going to hurt it because it does have a burrow speed, but yes, the rules are the rules, and if it can be knocked prone, it can be knocked prone. It is not immune to the prone condition. So yeah.
I also have to give it clutch plays to both when they were piloting it and afterwards too, with a bit of guidance from M. Dream's abilities, the inspirations, the heroism, and before then with the damage and stuff they were doing during the orc fight, Dream was pretty clutch in all of that. Yeah,
well, and Dream was the one that landed the ego whip at the end, which stopped at least one attack, I think, from dealing damage.
Yes, no, it did, and it had fail saves too. So that it made the fairy fire stick, which was clutch.
Yeah, that's true. Don't think I didn't notice that you just gave up on trying to damage the barbarian.
Yeah, at some point the thing was oh, this guy is too chewy. You're not gonna eat a 6-month-old strip of beef jerky that's been sitting out when there is a lovely can of chili next to you that you can probably force open and eat.
And yet.
Well, I mean, it did eat you, technically. This was the purple worm encounter, right? You got to have at least one large enemy that consumes you as its attack.
Yeah, I did like the turning it on its head of the, this thing was called the Devourer, and then Chomper was using all of the Devour abilities on it.
Oh, yes, absolutely perfect. That was really fun. It's a lot of folks feel like combat is not like super exciting, but I feel like the way we run it, it is really fun.
And Chomper is just like I love the running joke in the background with the with him saying stuff in Draconic I will eat whoever made this. I am not a vegetarian.
I also love it because Anton 100% does not understand what Chomper is saying ever. Like maybe Dream translates some of it. Anton does not give a shit.
And it does speak to their relationship. To Anton, Chomper is a hissing bruiser,
right?
And Chomper prefers to be underestimated.
It was fun to step into these characters and kind of do the dynamic. I with Anton, I got to be a bit of a bully and give out orders, and the thing when we entered the pumpkin patch of like, yes, he figured out what it is. You two go take care of it. You two go first.
Or the go get the thing and then put that away. And Chomper's response, like that's the only actual like moment of like challenge to that authority of just throwing the bottle at Anton, like because that like that baseline, like Chomper obeys, but Chomper is not a minion.
Yeah.
Well, and then with Jen considering shooting Anton, like, I mean,
I can see that, right? Like I can see the scene where like Tarl is pointing, aiming down the sights, and he aims at Anton like right at the base of the neck, then aims back at the orc, then back at Anton, and then releases at the orc. Like I can see that. It's a really good scene in my mind. I love it.
Like just weighing the options, like doing a cost benefit analysis, and goes.
And yes, Psychonthrope. In this case, Chomper is not a dumb man. He is not an unintelligent person.
Nope.
No, his wisdom is shockingly high. It's like I think his wisdom is like 13 or something. It's not small. He's like wisdom is 14.
So we're coming up on the end. And I imagine you're about to roll whatever it is you're about to say into the what did you have fun with. So yes. I do want to get through because we've only got about 15 minutes left of the stream. So I want to ask each of you, to the surprise of everyone, because I never ask these two questions, what is it that you had the most fun with this evening? And what is another player character that you think earned inspiration for the next game? And we'll start with you, Gail.
I had so much fun getting to be Anton, and because this is a one-shot, because this is a character that we, is going to come up later, but the freedom of I didn't make him, I'm not invested in his story. So like I got to do things like pissing off my teammates and like getting swallowed or breaking his portable hull and not giving a shit. Like the freedom of playing not only an evil character, but an evil character I never have to return to was very fun. And it didn't hurt that he rolled amazingly when he had to.
That was an excellent use of the portable hull. Like it's so not within the rules as they're written, but it was so cool that like I'm almost always willing to let someone sacrifice a valuable item to do a cool thing one time. Like I'm almost always on board with that. So yeah, I loved that creative use of that item.
And I am going to throw the inspiration over to M, who despite having a horrible day still showed up for the first half and had a lot of like you built most of these characters. M built Dream, and the build and the options that M chose came in very clutch. And so
very handy. I agree.
so conceptual wise, I would have to hand I would want to hand the inspiration to M for showing up and for letting their work speak for them.
Psychonthrope, or like the Marvel character or the Marvel wizards that can make the like holes in the air. Those have been demonstrated to cut things off when they close up. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Jeff, what is the thing that you had the most fun with this evening, and what's a player character you think deserves inspiration?
Oh, without a doubt, it was my favorite moment for myself was the reveal of the potion of fire breathing, and that internal marker of, oh no.
32 damage in one attack. It was excellent.
And that was it was the first reveal of to the party, to anyone else in the party, or to the game at large, that more is going under that hood than Chomper lets on. So it worked. It was great. I thought it was fun, and it was just a ton of fun being the HP sink. I totally get the appeal of barbarians now.
I hit you so many times. You so many times, and you were like, at no point were you even slightly worried. You were like, oh, look, I'm at like 80 instead of 110.
No, I got to the 80s once, and then you just stopped attacking me. So I was just like chewing into that at 6 HP a turn.
Yep.
And so, but yeah, that was great. But for another, I would be remiss if I didn't recommend Gale for that, for just giving Anton the debut he really deserved as a character of being just the absolute worst. Because I was the one that wrote that character, and I wrote the character to be an absolute tool, to be simultaneously like a very real material threat, but at the same time just someone you would absolutely not for 1 second regret getting the absolute shit kicked out of it eventually. But the fact that it just doesn't, it feeds into this jock bro trust fund kid mentality that I've envisioned for him.
He believes his own hype, and unfortunately he's right.
Yeah, he's not like, that's that is the most frustrating part, is that he feels kind of real, because we've all seen just those types of people, the people who are unfortunately quite good at what they decide to do, but are in fact terrible people.
Yes.
I love how Jen was like, he got swallowed, and Jen's like, aw, my paycheck. Fuck the guy, my paycheck.
I have to
absolutely
say, my favorite part of tonight was probably, for me, the anticipation of figuring out what you were going to do with the unicorn.
The what? Oh, we lost him again.
Oh, he's resetting.
Yeah, it's been happening. I should be back now.
There you are.
So annoying. I really enjoyed that. Putting a unicorn in front of a party of evil characters is one of my more devious plans that I've ever laid. Even though it was the table that chose it for me, I really enjoyed that. That was my favorite part. Also, the moment when you realize that these weren't just orcs, they were orc zombies, at least some of them, and did not give one single shit. Like the moment of the reveal was Chomper biting into one of these things and going, "Oh, this thing is fucking dead." And whatever. And everyone else is just like, "Yeah, okay, so some of these are zombies, no problem. No surprise, no nothing, just
no tactical reevaluation, no one blinks. These are just like I like that it speaks to the idea that Chomper's eaten undead things before.
Yeah.
This is nothing new.
Well, and the only time it actually anyone ever talked about it was when Anton, like, after defeating the thing, is like, have they been turning undead because they've been eating these fucking pumpkins? Like, the only part he cares about is like, what the fuck is going on with these pumpkins?
Like, I like it that the pumpkins were, in fact, the bigger mystery. We weren't actually concerned with like how they were feeding everyone, but like, why pumpkins though? That's so weird.
As for inspiration, it's got to go to Gale. I mean, Anton was already an amazing character, and I enjoyed portraying him for a few lines in a couple of sessions. But like, you really brought him to life, and portrayed him exactly almost as I would have. The only thing I would have done differently is his voice would have been more pretentious. That's the only thing I would have done differently. It is an excellent portrayal of that character, both in how you acted and how you spoke, and even almost how you were talking out of character. You're like, he can take it, right? Like, he can handle the cold damage.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was really good. So I knew the moment I knew we were gonna do this, my first thought was Gale has to play Anton, and I'm glad that you gave it your all, and you absolutely like carried this game for parts of it. So you get that inspiration.
Unfortunately, DM, I already have inspiration because I got it last time.
You
So
just
hand it to someone else.
You just keep turning up W's, don't you? You keep turning up those wins.
Hand it to somebody else, please.
In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the both of you were excellent. Em and Jeff, I loved both. But the Chomper memes by themselves are worth giving Jeff the inspiration. Like, you were a walking, talking, eating meme, and I love it. And I'm glad that it was so satisfying and cathartic to play a character like that after your usual very, very intellectual kind of characters. Like, Chomper's not dumb, but he's no Calder. And it was awesome, you know, watching you just go like, oh no, I'm just gonna keep eating this thing until it stops moving.
Yeah, it was special. I cherished it. It will be fun to do more.
Let's go ahead and do plugs at this time. You can find M at One Silver Key on Twitter and everywhere else, basically. Let's go ahead and talk to Gale. Where can people find you, follow you?
I post all of my stuff on A Measure of Separation at Tumblr. I will post it in the chat. It's misspelled on purpose. It's where I do fan stuff, canon stuff. I also linked the like animatics and stuff that I do on my YouTube there. So you can find everything at A Measure of Separation.
Jeff, where can people find you and experience your artwork?
Yes, hello. I'm you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I infrequently post these days, but because I'm busy, but you can usually find what I'm up to at Still Tired and Angry on both TikTok and Instagram, but is at Still Tired and Angry.
You can find me at Math Demigod on Twitch and Twitter and Patreon and all those wonderful places. Thank you very much for being around. We appreciate you. We will be back in 2 weeks with our regular scheduled program as opposed to this wonderful nonsense. We'll see you then. Have a good night. And also, happy Halloween! Okay, that's enough of that. Good night.